Hi everyone! Welcome back to MomNMeBeauty. Today I am going to cover some of my favorite brands' makeup launches in the last couple of weeks. The brand is Makeup Revolution, quite popular, found at our local Ultas and probably in your Ulta as well. So anyways, they've come out with several new launches in the last couple of weeks. And unfortunately for Emma, they're dupes for a lot of the Too Faced makeup. So before we get started, I just want to remind you we post 2 beauty videos a week. On Mondays is Mom and Me Day, and on Thursdays is either Teen Take or Mom Moment. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so Too Faced is actually Emma's favorite brand of makeup, and Makeup Revolution is mine. So she's a little upset that some of these are dupes for some of her Too Faced palettes. But I like the affordability of the Makeup Revolution. I also like the formulation of their eyeshadows and their pigments. And I absolutely love it. So I decided to purchase these and see if they really were dupes for the ones we've gotten. Now keep in mind that all of the makeup that Emma and I have are products that we bought with our own money. So we may not have every palette available or every shade available, but I would like to show you the dupes that I have found, comparing them against the palettes that we do have. So a while ago, Makeup Revolution came out with a dupe for the Chocolate Bar palette by Too Faced, and they completely sold out of it, and for whatever reason, they didn't restock it or remanufacture it until now. And then they came out with even more palettes going in with their chocolate line. So out of the 5 palettes, we have 4 of them, as you can see here. So they're not exact dupes for the Too Faced palettes in terms of formulation and colors, but there's a lot of similar colors between the palettes that I have compared, and that's what I'm going to show you now. I'm also going to show you swatches of the Makeup Revolution palettes. This is Future Sarah, and I know I told you guys I was going to swatch all of the Makeup Revolution palettes and let you see the various colors that are in there. But each one of these palettes has 16 shades in it, and I think this video would end up being like an hour long if I did that. So if you want to see a video, future video on specific palettes and the colors that are in them, please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to do that video so you can see the different colors swatched. But let's get on with the comparisons. And then I'm also going to show you some extra products that Makeup Revolution has come out with that I don't necessarily have a higher end or luxury brand duplicate product to match it up with, but I still wanted to share with you those products as well. Okay, so we're going to start with the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Now this is something that my husband got me for Christmas. So you can see, whoops, you can see the colors here. And the palette that I feel has got the most duplicate colors in it is the Makeup Revolution Golden Bar palette. Now this is the palette that Emma actually wanted. And outside, it's really cute. It's got like a gold topping to it, and then the chocolate colored over here. So really nice packaging. And so when you swatch these, I'm going to just swatch a couple of colors because really I can't, compare every single color in each palette. I've got 3 different comparisons here. So I'll just swatch a couple of colors. So first in the Chocolate Bar palette, there is a color called Marzipan. That's this color right here. It's a nice shimmery color. And then going into the Makeup Revolution palette, the color Chocolatier is very, very similar. That's on my middle finger right there. And then you swatch them, and then swatched, they look like this. So, the one from the Too Faced palette is a little bit more coppery, maybe a little bit more bronzy. And then the one from the Makeup Revolution palette is a little bit more on the whiter side, but on the eye, you can't hardly tell the difference. So I think those are very similar in color. Okay, so going into the Too Faced palette, you've got the color Gilded Ganache, which is a very shimmery green color showing up on my finger here. It almost looks black. Coming from the Makeup Revolution palette, there is a color called Box. same type of thing. It's a really dark olive green, almost black color. So that one's right here. And this is the Too Faced one. And then swatched on the hand, they look like that. This is the Too Faced one right here. And that is the Makeup Revolution. So you can see that the Too Faced is a little bit more on the darker green side. The one from Makeup Revolution is slightly more olive and has a little bit more gold undertones to it, but very, very similar in color. And then going into the Too Faced palette, you've got the color Creme Brulee. That is a nice shimmery bronzy gold color, so that one is right here. And then in the Makeup Revolution palette, you got the color Foil, which is right there. So there's Too Faced, there's the Makeup Revolution, and swatched on the hand, very, very similar in color. So this one is the Makeup Revolution, and that one is the Too Faced. So very, very similar in color. Definitely both very pigmented. So you can see the similarities there. And we're gonna go on to the next comparison. Okay, the next one I have up for you is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This one is Emma's. She got this one for Christmas. And then the palette that I think is the closest dupe for it is the Makeup Revolution Chocolate Vice palette. So the first color that really stands out to me as being pretty similar or almost exact, in the Sweet Peach palette, it's called Candied Peach, which is like a nice pinky, orangey color. So there's the Too Faced one. And then in the Makeup Revolution one, this is Must. And the only difference that I could find really from the Must was that it doesn't have sparkles like the Too Faced one does. I don't know if you can pick that up. Yeah, there's a little bit of sparkle there in the Too Faced one. But swatched, very, very similar in color. So this one right here is the Makeup Revolution one, and this is the Too Faced one. Very nice, light, pinky, peachy colors. The next color that really stands out to me as being pretty similar or almost exact is the color Georgia in the Too Faced palette, which is like a pale dusty rose color. And in the Makeup Revolution, it's called Reason. So right here, that's the Too Faced one, and this is the Makeup Revolution. Now you can definitely see there's a difference in the finish. Too Faced is matte, and Makeup Revolution, there's definitely shimmer in that, but the color is very, very similar. You can see that there. So this one is the Too Faced one, and this one right here is the Makeup Revolution. So very, very similar in color. And then a third one that I thought really, really stood out, and there's more than just three similar colors between the two palettes. In the Too Faced one, it's called Puree, and these colors are like a reddish, like a burnt orange or a burnt brown color. Although browns are burnt, aren't they? But anyways, it's like a mix between orange and brown. It's called Puree and Too Faced. And in the Makeup Revolution, it's called Maleficence. So there is the Too Faced one. There's the Makeup Revolution one. And then swatched. Makeup Revolution, Too Faced. That I would say is the exact same color, exact same finish. They're both matte. So I think these two palettes are very similar. They're not exact dupes for each other, but very, very similar. I just wanted to let you guys know that the eye makeup look I have on today is entirely from the Chocolate Vice palette. This is my favorite palette out of all of them, and have been reaching for it ever since I got it. Okay, the last comparison palettes that I have is the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette, and these are the colors right here. And I'm comparing it to the Makeup Revolution Death by Chocolate palette. So first color that stands out in here, in the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon, you've got a color called Almond Truffle, which is like a medium dusty pink color. And then in the Makeup Revolution palette, you've got a color called Lick Me. I don't know about that one. It's called Lick Me. It's a little bit lighter than the one, this is the Too Faced one, and this is the Makeup Revolution one. So you can see that it's a little bit lighter shade, but still same finish, nice dusty rose color. So this is the Makeup Revolution, and this one's the Too Faced. Not exact colors, but still going along the lines of that dusty rose color. Okay, then going into the Too Faced palette, you have the color called Divinity, which is a nice cream color that's used to, even out the pigmentation on your eyelid. And going into the Makeup Revolution, you have Bring Down Angels. So this is the Too Faced one, and this is the Makeup Revolution one. Similar finish, they're both pretty shimmery. Swatched. The Too Faced one is matte. I thought it was shimmery, but it's matte. So this is the Too Faced one, and this is the Makeup Revolution one. But very similar color. Finish is definitely a little bit different. And then also in Too Faced, you have a color called Black Currant, which is a nice deep purple shade. That's right here on my ring finger. And then in the Makeup Revolution palette, you have a color called Love You to Death. Also a pretty dark purple color, and that's right there in my pinky. You have Makeup Revolution, and you have Too Faced. So definitely not exact dupes for each other, but they're both very, very pigmented, both very dark purple in color. So I really think that the colors in these two palettes are very similar. So that's my comparison for that one. Okay, another one of the Makeup Revolution palettes that goes along with their chocolate line is not anything that I can dupe or compare with a luxury or higher brand palette, but this is the color sample or color choices that they have in this palette for you. A lot of browns and neutral colors that you can create a nice smoky eye look with. A lot of transition colors and also highlight colors as well. But anyways, I think that one is very stunning, and I love that there's so many shimmers in here. I've definitely used this one quite a bit. It's like a rose gold color, a little bit deeper than your standard rose gold, but still very bright and bold and pigmented, really, really pigmented. So that one is the Naked Chocolate palette. And then there is a palette in the chocolate line called Pink Fizz. Now I went to go in my local Ulta to purchase it, and unfortunately they were completely sold out, like in a matter of 6 hours. I checked online to make sure it was in my local Ulta at somewhere around like 11:30, 12 o'clock noon, and we ended up getting to the store at 6:30, and the Pink Fizz was completely sold out. So, oh, I was so upset. Now there's a couple of palettes in the chocolate line that actually are available online only. So those palettes, they're nice, but I feel like the colors that I would use in them, I have them available in some of these other chocolate bar palettes. So I'm not too interested in picking those up, but if you have some of those palettes or that's something that's on your wish list, let me know. And if you'd like me to purchase them, swatch them, try them out, see if that's something that you would like to try yourself, let me know in the comment section below. I can certainly do that. I did manage to pick up this palette, which is called Unicorn Love Eyeshadow Palette. This too, I don't really have a comparison to, but I do love to wear purple eyeshadow looks. So I was really drawn to this purple right here and also this purple right here. But it also offers quite a few extra colors that very much blend or match up with those purples very well. You can see there's a couple of gold coppery shimmers, some oranges, there's a nice bronze right there, and there's even a gray right there. So very impressed with the pigmentation in all of these palettes. Really, they're very, very pigmented. So I picked that one up too. Another palette that has come out recently is supposed to be a dupe for the Modern Renaissance palette. I think it's by Anastasia, but I will double check that for you. Now, I don't have that palette to compare it to, but there are comparisons from a couple different YouTubers that you can take a look at their videos and see what you think. But this is what that palette looks like. And I am so drawn to these 3 colors right here, actually 4 colors. I also like this one as well. These, I don't know, this palette is a little hit or miss. Some of the shadows, you go to swatch them on your hand, you're like, oh wow, they're very pigmented, they'll show up. But then you put them on your eyelid. I've tried them wet and I've tried them dry. I've tried them with a little bit of, directly onto primer instead of putting them onto another shadow. I don't know, it's a little hit or miss, but overall I would say the vast majority of these shadows are very pigmented, stay all day long, they don't crease, the pigment doesn't fade. So I'm really happy with this palette. I get a lot of use out of this. And this is called the New-trals versus New-trals. So it's New-trals, so New-trals versus New-trals, the actual word New-trals. So I picked this up. So another product that Makeup Revolution came out with that's very similar or a duplicate for Too Faced product is their baked highlighters, blushes, and bronzers. And I got the triple baked highlighter in Goddess of Love, and you open it up and this is the packaging. Very, very pretty. So it does tend to look a little powdery when you first look at the product itself, but then when you swatch it and you put it on the skin, it actually does melt into the skin and it doesn't look cakey. It just looks so pretty. You can see just how much shimmer and highlight you get with this one. They also came out with triple baked blush and triple baked bronzer. Too Faced has a baked blush and a baked bronzer. The one thing that Makeup Revolution has actually added to their line that Too Faced doesn't is the baked highlighter. Now they do have several different shades of these triple baked highlighters, bronzers, and blushes, but I just have this one highlighter and I absolutely love it. I'm actually wearing it today. So unfortunately we don't have any of those Too Faced blushes or bronzers, but they're supposedly supposed to be dupes for each other. So that was everything for this video. That was quite a lot of palettes and other products. I wish that I could have purchased some more products, both high-end and Makeup Revolution, that I could compare for you. But like I said before, if you would like to see a specific comparison, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Thank you again so much for watching. Make sure that you connect with us on Instagram under MomNMeBeauty and under Emma_N_2004. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up if you found this video helpful and share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below and hit that little bell next to it so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you again so very much for watching. We appreciate it more than we could ever tell you. We'll see you in our next Mom and Me video. Bye everyone.